Hey guys, if you want to learn how to do a look like this, which is a halo eye, a nice bright eyeshadow in the center of your eye, making them appear lighter and brighter and beautiful, keep watching if you want to see how I did it. So first you're going to want to set your lid with a color that is similar to your skin tone. The reason you're setting your lids is because they're probably sticky from putting your foundation or concealer or eyeshadow primer, whatever you put on your lids is going to be a little bit sticky. So you're going to want to take that and kind of pat it all over your eyelid, and I go almost all the way up to my eyebrows and just kind of blend it in until that stickiness is gone. Now next is your transition shade. So this is going to be the color that you're going to blend everything else into, and this has to be very soft. So just think of every other color kind of going into your transition shade, kind of like a fire. Like it starts off deep and the end it gets softer and almost like it disappears. That's how you want your eye looks to look. You want it to start deep and go really soft. So I am starting with this pink color called Wild Child, and I am just going to softly kind of put that on all over and just blend it up to kind of halfway to my eyebrows. You just want that to be really soft on the edges there. So just keep blending back and forth in windshield wiper motions until it looks very soft. Now this color right here, I just want to say again, you want it to match what you're wearing or your lip color, because the rest of the colors I'm going to be using is neutral. So if you're doing more orangey tones or reddish tones, or say you're wearing blue, you can go in here with the blue, because most of this is going to be covered by all the neutrals, but you'll just see that little pop of color at the top of the look to kind of like match what you're wearing, and it just adds some color to an otherwise neutral look. Now we're going to go in with a dark brown. I am using the Mascara Shadow Trust and going in with a brush about this size. It is an eye crease brush by e.l.f. And just kind of tap it in, take the excess off, and just kind of pat it on the outer corner of your eye. And then you're going to want to pat it on the inner corner as well, because you're going to start creating that halo shape. You don't want to put any of the dark in the center, because you're just going to end up putting a lighter color there anyway. So once you pat it on, then you can start slowly, softly kind of connecting the two and blending out the edges. If you're having trouble blending, you can also go in with your fluffy brush that you were just using and kind of soften the edges with that. Okay, now we're going to start creating the halo portion of this eye look. So I am taking a white concealer by ColourPop. I'm using white because I want the center color to be really bright. So I kind of want to use it to erase any of the dark shadow underneath. And I'm just going to pat it on and just start spreading it left and right a little bit until I get my desired halo shape. And depending on the size of your eyelid, you're going to know kind of how high to go. My eyelid stops a little bit before I want it to. So I am starting the halo above where my eyelid stops to make it appear larger. So now is the fun part. You get to pick which color you want your halo to be. You can either do a very light and bright matte shadow, or you can do any color shimmer really that you want. I'm going to go more for like the champagne shade today. So I'm going to go in with this color called Rowdy and my ColourPop I Think I Love You palette, just with my pinky. And I'm just going to pat it on the center of both of my eyes. So see how that created kind of like a spotlight on my eyes? This is great for people with small eyelids or small eyes, because it does make your eyes look lighter and brighter and more open. So you can leave it just like this and smoke out the sides with the dark matte brown or black, but I like to go in with this shimmery shade that's a bit darker than this to kind of like have it fade into the darker shades, if that makes sense. So I'm going to take like a dark shimmery brown and just kind of like fade it into the edges. You'll see it gives it like a more natural blend from the light to dark colors. So it's not just like boom light and then boom dark. So now you're going to want to go in with either a black or the darkest brown you have with the eye crease brush that I was using before, and start packing that on the outer corner again, just because a little bit of that deepness gets lost with all of the blending you're doing around it. So you just want to like deepen those inner and outer corners again and just kind of like pat it on and like softly blend it into that brown shimmery shade that I just did. So now you want to go under your eyes with the same colors you did on top. So I'm going to start with the pink with like an angled eyeshadow brush and just kind of like smoke that out and connect it to that point there. And you want to take your darkest brown and just start like pressing that into your lower lash line, almost like you would an eyeliner. Just kind of press that in. Now you don't have to do anything on the lower lash line if you don't want to. I've been seeing some trends where they do a lot on top and then they just leave the bottom bare. So that's an option too, especially if you have very watery eyes or you're just nervous about putting eyeshadow on the bottom. That is completely up to you. So once I pack that on, I'm going to go back in with that brush I was using with the pink and just kind of like blend the two together just to give it like a really soft appearance. So you can throw mascara on and be done, but I am going to wear falsies with this look. So to make them look more natural, I'm going to take a little bit of a black eyeliner, the Maybelline, it's a gel liner. It comes in a pot and it's amazing. I'm taking it in black and I am just touching my top lash line with it. I'm not going too far. I'm just lining it very lightly. All right, so last but not least, I'm going to do some highlighting with my NYX Born to Glow highlighting palette in this like champagne color. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the inner corner. If you guys watch me a lot, you know the drill. And a little bit under my brow bone. That way when I'm outside and the sun is shining, instead of it looking dark right there, you will see lots of like brightness. And who doesn't want to glow to the gods on a sunny day like this? So that is a wrap. I hope you guys loved this tutorial. I hope it showed you that doing a halo eye isn't super complicated, but even if it is a little bit for you, you know, sometimes seeing a step-by-step done helps a lot. So I hope it helped you, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial.